JBN, we keep you informed. I am Michelle Jones, and in the news, boy and woman reported missing return home. A woman and a boy who were reported missing this week have returned to their respective homes. The police said 11-year-old Dwayne Patterson of Clooney Road, Whitehall District, Seaforth, St. Thomas, who was reported missing on Tuesday, has returned home and is said to be in good health. Also, 26-year-old Jodian Powell of Redhills Road in St. Andrew, who was reported missing Tuesday, returned home. She is said to be in good health. 5-year-old, one of two shot during home invasion. A 5-year-old child was one of two people shot during an incident at a house in Kingston 13 last night. Reports are that the child and a 32-year-old man were inside their house about 7:45 p.m. when they were attacked by a gunman who entered the house. The man was hit in the upper body and the child in both hands. The gunman escaped in the area. The two are being treated in hospital. The police are investigating. COVID not stopping thieves from cleaning out farmers. As if the economic pressures brought on by the COVID-19 pandemic weren't enough, thieves have been cleaning out farmers in Lawrence Tavern. Donald Clark came to tears as he told of how thieves are reaping the fruits of his labor in the West Road St. Andrew community. Timing to perfection, went to strike when produce is ready for market. When you're not there, them go and reap what them can reap, said Clark. You have plenty youngsters and plenty big man within the area that don't want to work. All them want to do is rub out them and miggle, he said, alluding to the rolling of marijuana cigarettes by unemployed boys and men. That can't work, Clark added, as he returned with machete in hand from his farm on Tuesday. The farmer shared that he plants a variety of produce, including pumpkin, yam, sorrel, plantain, ginger, and pine. He said the thieves have especially taken set on his yam. Right now, I plant over 700 banks of yam, and them dig out and gone with more than 400. You become the loser, he said. He disclosed that last year, he was able to sell his yam for $6,000 per 100 pounds. You have to work hard, and you have to get man to work. You have to bring in man to work and pay them, he said as he lashed out at the financial losses he has had to incur because of breeder larceny. Farm theft in Jamaica is estimated, conservatively, at $6 million per year. Lamont Johnson, who plants cassava, lamented the financial toll from persistent raids of his farms. The virus coming in and think them when I stay and leave the things them, make them grow, and know them a thief it. Johnson said that anticipated returns from the sale of plantain and pumpkin have evaporated. He warned unsuspecting members of the public who purchase goods from people not known to be farmers to start asking probing questions about the sources of their produce. You say them a road with big load and them is not a farmer, and them not buying it from farmer, so where them get it? Enough of it a thief, them thief it and carry it go sell all boat, and we wear sweat and butter left dry, the farmer said. Trial postponed for Coquelin and others. 3 relatives of incarcerated Tivoli Gardens Don Christopher Dudus Coke and 4 others who were charged in connection to the death of an alleged gangster from Denham Town in 2018 were further remanded on Wednesday after their trial was postponed to April 19 in the Home Circuit Court. The 7 accused were charged following the March 12 killing of Patrick Davis, who is believed to have been the leader of the Scream Corner gang in Denham Town. Those charged are Coke's brother and son, Andrew Layton Coke, otherwise called Livity, and Michael Coke, otherwise called Tittyman, as well as Dudus's youngest brother, Lanchester Coke, otherwise called Brahma T, along with David Biggs, otherwise called Alien, Wayne Page, otherwise called Ratty, Leisha Jones, and Elmarco Cephas. The accused woman is charged with murder, while Andrew is charged with conspiracy to murder. Lanchester and Michael are both charged with illegal possession of firearm, while the remaining accused are charged with illegal possession of ammunition. The trial was scheduled to start on Wednesday, but when the matter was mentioned, the prosecution requested further time because of the unavailability of a witness. The court was also informed that one of the attorneys in the matter had contracted the coronavirus, causing the matter to be rescheduled. According to allegations, Davis was lured to a Kingston hotel by Jones and was abducted. His body was later found dumped in Rockforth, East Kingston. Following an investigation, the accused were arrested and charged. Top 20 most volatile and vulnerable communities targeted for renewal. Of 20 Jamaican communities deemed to be the most violence-prone, volatile and vulnerable, 14 are located in the parishes of Kingston and St. Andrew, 4 in St. James, and 1 each in St. Catherine and Clarendon. This is according to the Community Renewal Program, CRP, which is to initially target 100 volatile and vulnerable communities in the 5 most crime-affected parishes. The selection process was completed on January 25, and the document has since been tabled in Parliament. Jonestown in St. Andrew heads the list overall. When all variables are taken into account, it is followed by Riverton City, St. Andrew, Annatown and Craigtown in Kingston, Majestic Gardens in St. Andrew, Raytown, Kingston, Central Downtown Kingston, Rosetown in St. Andrew, Retirement, St. James, Flanker, St. James, Lioneltown in Clarendon, Denhamtown in Kingston, Waterhouse, St. Andrew, Spanish Town Central, St. Catherine, Arnett Gardens, St. Andrew, Delacree Park or Union Gardens, St. Andrew, Franklin Town in Kingston, Greenwich Town or Newport West in St. Andrew, Anchovy, St. James, Whitfield Town in St. Andrew, and Barrytown, St. James. Most volatile communities. Meanwhile, Hannahtown and Craigtown in Kingston have been deemed to be the most volatile communities. That category is, however, dominated by St. James communities. Rounding out the top 20 most volatile communities are Green Pond, St. James, Pitford, St. James, Retirement, St. James, Salt Spring, St. James, Norwood, St. James, Spanish Town Central in St. Catherine, Kemenas, St. Catherine, Majestic Gardens, St. Andrew, Jonestown, St. Andrew, Rosite, St. James, Bogue in St. James, Mount Salem, St. James, Riverton City, St. Andrew, Delacree Park or Union Gardens, St. Andrew, Catherine Hall, St. James, Adelphi, St. James, Maxfield Park, St. Andrew, Penwood, St. Andrew, and Granville, St. James. Central Downtown Kingston heads the list of the most vulnerable communities, followed by Jonestown in St. Andrew, Raytown in Kingston, Riverton City in St. Andrew, and East Downtown Kingston. Rounding out the list of top 20 most vulnerable communities are Greenwich Town or Newport West in St. Andrew, Majestic Gardens, St. Andrew, Rosetown, St. Andrew, Lioneltown, Clarendon, Hannahtown or Craigtown, Kingston, Flanker, St. James, Stony Hill, St. Andrew, Racecourse, Clarendon, Milk River, Clarendon, Denhamtown, Kingston, New Haven, St. Andrew, Gordontown, St. Andrew, Palmer's Cross, Clarendon, part of Kellets, Clarendon, and Above Rocks, St. Catherine. The selection of 100 communities for intervention under the CRP is based on the following criteria: crime, murders and shootings, poverty, teenage pregnancy, literacy, grade 4 literacy, ex-convicts, accessibility of communities, child abuse, violence-related injuries, presence of gangs, presence of squatter settlements. The communities have been ranked on a combination of 3 variables: all variables, vulnerability variables, and volatility variables. Vulnerability variables include poverty, weight, 0.5, teenage pregnancy, literacy, grade 4 literacy, ex-convicts, accessibility of communities, child abuse, and squatters. Volatility variables include crime, violence-related injuries, presence of gangs, weight 1.5. An interagency committee of personnel from the Planning Institute of Jamaica PIOJ, the Ministry of National Security, the Social Development Commission SDC, the Institute of Jamaica, Jamaica Constabulary Force JCF, with civil society representation from the Violence Prevention Alliance, agreed on a set of criteria to guide the selection of the communities. The PIOJ and the Ministry of National Security gathered the relevant data from government ministries, departments, and agencies. Data for all 10 variables were collected for the parishes of Kingston, St. Andrew, St. Catherine, Clarendon, and St. James. 15 COVID-19 deaths, 204 new cases. Jamaica recorded 15 COVID-19 related deaths yesterday, bringing the country's death toll to 646. At the same time, the country also recorded 204 new cases of the virus. The total number of confirmed cases now stands at 41,604, of which 22,103 are active. According to the Ministry of Health and Wellness, 3 of the deaths, a 57-year-old man from Kingston and St. Andrew, a 68-year-old man from Trelawney, and an 82-year-old man from Westmoreland were previously listed as under investigation. The other deaths were of a 60-year-old man from St. Catherine, an 82-year-old woman from Hanover, an 85-year-old man from St. Elizabeth, a 44-year-old man from St. Anne, and a 72-year-old man and a 72-year-old woman, both from Portland. 3 of the deaths were recorded in St. Thomas, an 82-year-old woman, a 63-year-old man and a 44-year-old woman, a 41-year-old woman, a 72-year-old man and a 74-year-old woman, all from Kingston and St. Andrew, also died. Of the 204 new cases, there were 99 females and 105 males with ages ranging from 2 to 97 years. The cases were recorded in Kingston and St. Andrew, 58, St. James, 36, St. Catherine, 28, St. Anne, 16, Clarendon, 13, St. Mary, 12, St. Elizabeth, 9, St. Thomas and Westmoreland, 8 each, Trelawney, 7, Hanover, 4, Manchester, 3, and Portland, 2. The country also recorded 122 recoveries, bringing the total number of recoveries to 18,566. JBN, we keep you informed. Please remember, subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.